What are you gonna do now?
Good evening and welcome to the newest edition of Word on the Street. I'm your host, Derek Wright, and tonight with us, I'd like to introduce you to the sultry, the soulful, international recording artist, Ms Irene Renee.
Hi.
Thank you very much for coming tonight.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm wonderful.
We've been trying very hard to get you on this show, and we are so grateful that you actually came through tonight.
Yes, I'm glad you have me.
So you have a very interesting journey. Could you tell us about yourself?
Okay, where do I start? Well, I'm a native Detroiter, born in Detroit, Michigan, Motown, Motor City. So I moved to New York around 1995. So I've been here ever since. Okay. And I've been doing all the circuits and music, and I decided that I wanted to venture off and do an independent project. So I started working and released my first album in 2013. Okay. And then I just released my second one in 2017. Okay. So I'm gonna take a break and give you my album and a t-shirt.
I don't get gifts on the show. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, so, you know, I kind of put it into a little nutshell, but that's my journey. You know, I started singing in church, youth choirs and shows, and then that graduated to high school singing, well, I don't know if you read the bio, but my very first performance, I had stage fright. I was supposed to sing This Little Light of Mine with my sister when I was about 5. Stage fright. Wow. And didn't go up. I left her hanging up there.
It happens. It happens.
But, you know, I learned from that, and then I developed a love for singing. And so, you know, I did all of the, the youth groups, and high school did that, and college, I continued to perform. Okay. I was actually in a rap dance group. Can you believe that?
Wow. All right.
So shout out to Marcus McCrae, and he's actually a producer on both my albums. So yeah, we kept that, great. You know, friendship for years. And so now I'm here.
Everything is fine in my world. Everything is good. Everything is good. I'm your girl. Everything is okay in my world. In my world. It's just you and me against the world. I got your back, babe, and you got mine. And you got mine. And that's a fact, baby. No one can deny. No one can deny. If they're coming for you, then they're coming for me too. It's just you and me against the world. It's just you and me against the world. It's just you and me against the world. It's just you and me too. It's just you and me against the world. It's just you and me. You and me. You and me. It's just you and me. You and me. You and me. Oh, oh, baby. You and me. Against the world, baby. You and me. Against the world. Against the world, baby.
You seem to be blowing up the whole YouTube thing. You're from everything from singing the national anthem at large venues to all these little jazz concerts.
Yeah.
What gives you the strength to keep doing this, and what's your inspiration?
Oh, the strength. Wow. I'm still discovering that on a daily basis, because this is trying, right? So there's got to be some kind of love. There's something, you know, my song I talk about, there's a fire deep down inside. My soul keeps on lighting.
Right.
That's it. My soul keeps lighting that fire that keeps me going. So I don't know. I just want, waiting to see, what it'll all be. I guess at the end of the road, I'll be able to figure it out. But I don't have an answer for that. I just know that I keep going, and that strength is there. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you write most of your music, right? But at most of the venues that I've seen you at on YouTube, you sung a couple of covers.
Yeah.
What do you like to do more?
Well, for those people that have not heard me, so I like to prime the audience a little bit. So you'll hear me do a lot of Jill Scott. I love the way that is. I don't know. I feel like that's my song now.
It's the gospel.
Yes. So I'll sing the way Jill Scott. I love doing Erykah Badu's song Tyrone. Right.
Oh, okay.
And India Ari. I love many of her songs. I'm Ready for Love.
Okay.
Yeah, I love singing that. Yeah, so I'll do those covers. I have a little bit of background in singing a little bit of jazz, so I'll do some jazz songs depending on the audience. Do some jazz songs.
So if you had to pick a genre of music, which one would you?
That I prefer singing?
Yes.
Oh, that would have to be neo soul R&B.
Okay.
Yeah, like I grew up on gospel music. Like yesterday, what's the day? Yes, Sunday. I was inspired to pull out Tremaine Hawkins. I don't know if you know
yes,
her.
I do.
And so I just had to, travel back down memory lane. But I tried to sing one of her songs when I was young. Oh my God. Yeah, so that was an interesting experience. But I love Tremaine Hawkins, the whole Hawkins family. So I definitely have a love for gospel music. But if I had a preference, it's definitely that R&B.
Myself clear. I wish I had more control here. Even though you never ever given me any reason to fear. Oh no, where this is going, I don't know, but I'm ready and willing, babe, to see just how far it goes. Don't take me for granted. I already feel exposed.
Every time I get close to you, it's so unpredictable. Every time I call on the phone, it's so unpredictable. Every time we get together, it's so unpredictable. It's wonderful. It's so crazy, so crazy.
All in love,
Once
baby.
again, so amazing, amazing. That love feels good again. Don't have to know every step of the way. Love's unpredictable.
Emotions can be unfair. Got me tripping when you're not near. You're teaching me to trust and love all over again. Where this is going, I don't know, but I'm ready and willing, babe, to see just how far it goes. Don't take me for granted. I already feel exposed.
Every time I get close to you,
There's a load of joy you feel when you know you found what's real, and you're willing, so willing to lose control and let love guide you home.
A name that comes to mind is Anita Baker.
Okay.
Anita Baker was instrumental in helping me to find out what my voice was, because I think she's a soprano, but she has that low sultry, like I don't know the ranking, but second soprano, something like that. I don't know what it is, but she can hit high and she can go low. Right, and so I resonated with those lower tones in her voice, and so I just started to, practice her songs. I sang a lot of her songs, learned a lot of her songs, and then the second artist that came along, R&B, was Toni Braxton, that I started to listen to, because she has that low sultry voice, and so I'm an alto, so I was like, I had certain artists that I kind of clung to learn from, and then a lot of male artists. Like I love a lot of R&B, Luther Vandross.
Okay. Who doesn't?
Right, who doesn't love Luther? Some names are escaping me, but I love all the male artists. Yeah, I sang a lot of male songs. So
is that right?
Yeah, right.
For male sing
whatever
some
works.
Songs, there
right,
you go.
Right, with the high falsetto voice.
There you go. So what's next? Because you said you have 2 albums.
Yes.
Are you going back into the studio? Because if I remember correctly, there is one song that you sing half of that everyone is kind of requesting the rest of it.
So that's an ongoing process, being in the studio. So I just released the second one just this June. So the responses that I've gotten are overwhelming. This particular album hit #1 on UK Connoisseurs chart, UK Soul chart, made the top 10. So I'm kind of still working and promoting it, but I do have, because of the response to You and Me, this song, I want to go back and do a remake on that. Okay. So make it longer. I love that song.
A little remix.
Yeah, okay. A little remix, yeah.
All right, so here's a question that I ask all of my guests. If you go back and think of all of the performances that you've had, what was the absolute worst?
The absolute worst. That's interesting. The absolute worst one.
Not necessarily even for you, just like the atmosphere, the people.
Wow. I have my person in the studio telling me which one it is. He can tell.
Googling right now.
Okay, so the way that I'll answer that question is that I've had performances where I felt like I could do better.
Okay.
Always, there's, I don't want to call it being hard on myself, not trying to be perfect, but understanding that there's room for growth. And so I analyzed all my performances, and so I won't say that I've had an absolute worst or an absolute best. I feel like I try to give everything that I can in that moment, and then I try to leave it there.
Sitting at home, y'all, rocking your seats, come on. Don't be scared. As a matter of fact, get up off your couches and your chairs and stand up, come on. This is all about feeling good. I'm heading out to have some fun. Sit in the sun. Maybe I'ma meet someone today. Yeah. I'm heading out to soak up some rays. Today is my day. Feels like I hit the lottery. Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna sit around here with my smile sitting upside down, crying about what ain't right in life, sitting on the sidelines, let life pass me by. No, I ain't doing that. Let life pass me by. No, I'm feeling too good for that. Let life pass me by. Tell me what good is that? Let life pass me by. Come on, put on your wings and fly with me. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Ain't nobody mess with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm feeling good. So good, good, so good. I'm feeling like a queen. All right, listen. I'm taking in pure atmosphere. I have no fear. These tears I cry are joyful tears. Yeah. I'm walking on the promenade, thanking my God that though life is hard, He's my staff and rod. So I ain't gonna sit around here with my smile sitting upside down, crying about what ain't right in life, sitting on the sidelines. Let life pass me by. No, I ain't doing that. Let life pass me by. No, I'm feeling too good for that. Let life pass me by. Tell me what good is that? Let life pass me by. Come on, put on your wings and fly, 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 fly with me. The stars are aligned and my horoscope says I'm fine. So I know I'm gonna be alright. There's a fire deep down inside my soul, keeps on lighting. I'm a fighter, growing wiser every day. I'm feeling good, y'all. I'm feeling like a queen. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling good. Can't nobody mess with me. I'm feeling so good, so good. No, 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 nobody mess with me. So good. I'm feeling like a queen. Yeah. What you feel like? Come on. What you feel like? Yeah. What you feel like? I'm feeling good, feeling good, feeling good. Check this out. How you doing?
So what time did you have the most fun?
Okay, well, so I would say the most notable performances that I've had was one, singing the national anthem, even though there's a lot of controversy around it now. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to sing for 50 Cent.
Oh.
And it was he has SMS promotions, which is for boxing, like he was doing fights. And so I got a chance to, before that particular fight, sing the national anthem. So that was memorable. Rosie Perez, yeah, she was in the audience, and so when I got done, you know, she was like really into, you know, telling me how great the performance was. That's and nice. So I felt really good about that. Another performance that I had some years ago was Whitney Houston's mother, Sissy Houston. Mm-hmm. This was during warm-up. We hadn't even done the show yet, and I sang at last. And so she just commended me on a job well done during the warm-up. I'm trying to think. Opening for Atlantic Star was an awesome experience. Melissa Morgan was on that particular ticket. Just a couple weeks ago, we were in New Jersey, and one of a very phenomenal flautist, Sherry Winston, was on that ticket. That was a great performance. I love when people come and tell me how they receive the performance, and so this particular person, Ronald McKnight, he's the founder of the Bergen County Jazz Society, and so after my performance, he said, "You know what? Your CD, the videos, do you no justice." Wow, that's nice. So I was like, it's like, okay, how do I take that? Because I really want my CD and my music videos to really capture people. But I think, live performances are always different from, a video or, a CD. And so I just try to deliver it differently when I'm on stage. And so, you have the freedom to kind of do different, right? So when you're in the studio, you're trying to do it and shape your sound and what you're trying to record a certain way, right? And then when you get on stage, it's a little freer. Yeah.
So what's next? You have any performances coming up?
Yes, actually, at the end of this month, I'll be traveling to London. And so I have a little concert there, and so along with two other artists that are from the area, and so I'm looking forward to that. That will be my first flight over the Atlantic. Wow. I was like waiting for that, right? So that's my first performance there, first visit there. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, how can the studio audience contact you? Do you have a website?
Yes, I have a website. It's actually being remodeled, upgraded. It's www.MsIreneRenee.com. So MsIrene Renee RENEE.com. So even now, I mean, it's up. It's just you'll see a lot of the stuff from the first album, but when it's done, being upgraded, it'll show a lot of material from the newest album.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we out of time.
Are we? Wow, that was quick, fast, right?
Yes, yes. We really like to thank you for being here tonight. We have some very interesting and lovely music coming your way from Ms. Irene Renee. Thank you for coming, Ms. Irene. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's have a great night. Take care, everyone.
With you, things ain't never easy no more. You gotta pick a fight when I'm walking out the door. I sit with you, wondering how my life would be without you constantly messing me all the time in my mind, stressing me out like I don't care about us. Do you think I'd be here? Do you think I need this? Oh, if things don't change, I'm gone. Do you hear me? Gone. I'm gone. If things don't change, I'm gone. Ain't gonna be gone. I'd rather be alone. Why do I keep on hoping for you to change your ways when you've been stubborn and unreasonable? Can't you see how miserable you're making me? Constantly wanting to argue with me, always need in my ear, stressing me out like I don't care about us, babe. Do you think I'd be here? Do you think I need this? Oh, if things don't change, I'm gone. Do you hear me? Gone. Gone. If things don't change, I'm gone. Ain't gonna be gone. I'd rather be alone. It's not over if you love me, but baby, help me stop stressing me, stop questioning me about some bush. Stop tripping on some bush. Whoa, stop, 'cause you're messing up our groove. It's not over. If you love me, stop it. Yeah, 'cause you're messing up our groove, babe. Our groove, babe. Oh, you're messing up our groove. Yeah. Oh, if things don't change, don't you know, you're gonna be gone. Oh, I'd rather be alone. Yeah, it's not over, baby. If you love me, baby. Oh, if things don't change, don't you know, I'm gonna be gone. If things don't change, I'll be gone. Things don't change, I'm gone. Oh, if things don't change, I'm gone. 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 Oh, if things don't change, I'm gone. If things don't change, I'm gone. Things don't change, I'm gone. Things don't change, I'm gone, baby. I don't wanna go. Things don't change, I'm gone. I don't wanna go. Things don't change, I'm gone. Yeah.